A top prosecutor in the Tri-Cities is publicly criticizing Ballad Health for its treatment of a woman who police say was kidnapped and raped in Johnson City.
The local district attorney general says the victim waited 5 hours in an emergency room for a rape examination. That is a critical step in gathering evidence for police. District Attorney General Steve Finney hand-delivered the letter to Ballad Health today. It was addressed to the CEO, Alan Levine, referencing the treatment of the alleged victim in the case of Christopher Bennett.
He's accused of kidnapping a woman at an ATM in Johnson City and forcing her to drive to an abandoned home where she was raped. Finney's letter, which his office also sent to News Channel 11, says the victim was taken to Johnson City Medical Center just before 6 o'clock in the evening the day it happened. But after a series of missteps, Finney said the kit was not administered until 11 at night. Finney said victims and patients deserve better than this, and he asked to meet with Ballad CEO Alan Levine.
News Channel 11's Amy Cockrum joins us live outside the Johnson City Medical Center tonight with more from that letter today. Amy?
Josh and Sarah, that letter from District Attorney Steve Finney makes it clear that he's looking for answers and intent on never letting something like this happen again. It all started September 27th. A mother and her baby taken in broad daylight by man at an ATM near the West Market and West State of Franklin intersection. That's when police say the man took her and her baby to an abandoned home and raped the mother, took her cell phone, car, and left. This is what District Attorney Steve Finney refers to as nightmare number one in his letter to Ballad Health leader Alan Levine. The second, he says, quote, began at your facility. In the letter, Finney describes the woman being taken by ambulance to Johnson City Medical Center around 5:50 p.m. A sexual assault advocate with the Family Justice Center accompanied her throughout her stay at Ballad facilities. He says the woman had to wait around 5 hours to be administered a rape kit. In the letter, he says, quote, the victim's treatment by the nurses in the unit was unacceptable, noting that she was not tended to. He says the victim asked to speak with a lactation consultant, as she had just been raped but needed to feed her baby, and staff denied the request, as she waited for hours in a room next to the psych ward. In the letter, he says the victim also requested to use the bathroom, and the only thing nurses did was bring her a cup. The letter says several Ballad sexual assault nurse examiners were called throughout the evening but didn't pick up the phone. A doctor on staff volunteered to perform the procedure, although he said he hadn't performed it in 10 years. But he said he could not find a single nurse willing to be in the room while he performed the kit. Finally, around 5 hours after she entered Ballad facilities, a rape kit was performed by an assistant nurse manager at 11 p.m. The letter says the victim's mother had time to fly in from Memphis before the rape kit was even complete. Ballad Health responded in a statement to the letter, saying, quote, Alan Levine directed a detailed review take place and the results of that review to be reported directly to him. He plans to speak with the DA as soon as possible and notes that, quote, compassionate and prompt response is our policy and standard procedure. If this was not done in this case, measures will be taken to immediately address it, end quote. The suspect, Christopher Bennett, appeared in court last week. His bond was increased to $500,000. Live in Johnson City, Amy Cockrum, News Channel 11.
Amy, thanks. And earlier tonight, Ballad Health said CEO Alan Levine immediately tried to call the DA on the phone but was unable to reach him at that time.